majority of my wood carvings are finished with beeswax. It gives a lovely polished appearance. It's not very good for outdoors, but you can put beeswax over shellac and oil and finishes like that. So I'm going to show you two instances of where I apply it. One is a nice clean, clear surface, simple surface like this in a sculpture. The other would be more complicated carving with lots of recesses where the wax can get bunged in and fill. And the secret for both is this, a hairdryer. Not much good for anything else, but it's essential for how I apply the beeswax. So let me show you how. The first stage is to put wax generously on the carving. Okay, rub that in. Make sure you've got excess. Then use a hairdryer to melt the wax. So you don't use a heat gun, that's far too hot. This hairdryer will melt the wax and the warmth of the wood will open the pores and let it sink in a bit. So as it sinks in, you can wipe off excess with your cloth, and then you must let that all set and dry. It'll show finger marks, so make sure you don't handle it until this has completely gone dry. If you want to re-wax the surface, you can use something like this, which is a nylon pad from washing up sponge, something like that, not metal. And when you apply the wax with this, what it does is it tears up, chews up the wax before and melds the two together. So you can certainly use that for refinishing. You then use a hairdryer to warm it, take off excess, leave it to dry. For a more complicated carving, a toothbrush or a small brush is really ideal. Again, more wax, quite generous wax, put it on with your brush. Then use a hairdryer to melt it. I'll turn that off so you can hear me. You melt the wax and then you take off excess onto your rag. So keep doing this. So you'd melt it, rub it in, take off excess. Eventually you can get into all those little crevices there and you shouldn't have any wax bunged in. Of course you would be using the hairdryer and the brush a lot, really working that in like this. And keep the hairdryer going even as you wipe it off. And that way you can cover all these details without any wax clogging up the surface and leave you with a thin coat, which you then leave until it's gone off. So there you have it, that's how I apply beeswax. Warmth, and a brush, rag, to prevent excess getting into the crevices and clogging. And it's a great pleasure. Applying beeswax, the finish, the polish coming on, the wood beginning to look quite mature and very lovely. That's a great pleasure. So hope you enjoy it too.